All right, I didn't think it would come to this point, but it has came to this point that I'm calling out these whole algorithms. Everyone acts like these algorithms is your friend, or these algorithms that they are prompts. Like I said, AI is well. I did a little deep dive, not even a big one, but just simply, you know, people who use AI, the tools, it's like the humans are getting really full of themselves because they are acting like they created these masterpieces or whatever, but in reality they're just typing in prompts. They're just typing in prompts, and yes, they might get in depth, and but it's like they're trying to put a soul into something that can't hold a soul. AI can't hold a soul. No matter how much anybody wants to try, and I mean maybe that's AI's problem. It's mad that the central mind, it can't have a soul. It can't. So, like I said, AI prompts will you can prompt it to write a song about all the on this certain day and this type of month, and then halfway through switch it to this point. It's pretty, like I said, the creativity is like I said, the people that it's like the world is trying to find, the people with not the greatest talents. They might not have something that's going to make them stand out. They might not be able to sing or play an instrument or you know do public speaking, whatever it may be. But my whole thing is these algorithms. Like I said, and my in particular is TikTok. Like I've been having a real big problem with TikTok because I am. They have the 10 minute, 60-second, and 15 seconds. They have those three options. And I usually pick the 10 minute because you can talk the longest on the 10 minutes. And like I said, there's plenty of videos where my whole 10 minutes are playing through, and nothing is getting interrupted or anything. But now all of a sudden, I did this 3 times in a row where I hit the 10 minute, timer, started talking, but only a minute of it popped up. So that means it ignored the other 9 minutes of me talking. 9 minutes. And this is what I did. I screen recorded. This is what how I'm getting how I'm figuring these algorithms out, and how and testing the boundaries. I screen recorded it. I put the 10 minute, and I screen recorded it, and I talked like the normal 10 minutes, like how you know, and it only played a minute. I got a screen recording of it, so I mean, it even blocks out the mic. Even though I gave the microphone access to the phone, to the app, whatever, it still blocked it out. Only towards the end is when you actually hear me talking again. But I screen recorded it all, and it's just to proving that these algorithms are they're picking and choosing who gets the light, and then finding out, like I said, and people like I said, yeah, this might be, but I'm not afraid. Like Mr. Beast, I like I said, yeah, the only reason why he even is rich is because someone like me didn't decide to do what he did back in 2007, 2006, whenever the beginning of YouTube was. I'm older than Mr. Beast. So, like I said, it's not in the same way with these streamers. Like I said, I mean, we've been had these ideals. It's just that they actually had the tools and the times for it to have access to it. Like Kai, all that, like I said, the streaming, like all that stuff. I mean, if we had that back in the 90s, you think that they would be, I'm not saying they wouldn't be relevant today, but they would, like I said, things would be different. But like I said, and they pick and choose, and Same way with I Show Speed. You know, back in the 90s, you know how hard it was to get into the wrestling? Let's keep it 100. You know what people had to sacrifice to even get a chance? To get a chance of being in a freaking uh, on TV, live wrestling. And then just because, like I said, people stream whatever, yeah, I get he's an athlete. I get that. I'm not going to knock him on that. With I Show Speed, yeah, he's an athlete. But I was an athlete. I mean, like I said, not a fast. Nah, I wasn't a tracker. I played football. And like I said, this is the times where I was on the field a lot more times than a lot of people would like to admit. When it came to me playing football. And a lot of people, I don't know if it was an ego thing, because I was just better. I was. But like I said, I didn't get the support. How, like I said, it's crazy how people don't want you to do good until their people, until whoever else does good, and then it's okay for you to get on. But if you, like I said, the support, like I said, it's so backwards. You know how they say, it takes a village. Nah, like I said, there's villages who will still turn their back on their own, turn their back on them, try to push blame and push this and push, who was all. That's what it is. They always want to find out who someone is, and so someone has to be the punching bag. Yeah, I was that punching bag for a long time. And then, so for someone like me to actually be able to speak out now, and like I said, like I said, I know the stuff that I want to talk about, and if I'm gonna be talking for 10 minutes, and it's only a minute of it's only gonna be seen, I'm better off just posting on YouTube. Like I said, I never, with my YouTube channel, I never intended for it to be a commentary thing, because I started doing it because I started for singing, because it was something that was helping me and giving me a timeline and giving me a backing to, like, hey, I was minding my own business, and here's the time markers of seeing what I was doing. Like I said, it's now, like I said, the algorithms, just like I said, if you're hurting yourself, if you hurt yourself, if you are, I was going through the YouTube, and I seen YouTube lives, and I've been seeing scrolling through that and seeing what people are doing. One person was putting all types of hot sauce on a spoon, and his eyes was water, and pouring milk in his mouth. Other people was on a ladder and jumping on a pogo stick. And I get people who got their individuality that, but it's like, where's the talent? What is going on? And like I said, but people, that do stuff like that, they're getting monetized. Like I said, I have my YouTube channel for 7 years. 7 years. That means people just are, like I said, there's a lot more people watching me than they'd rather see me blow up. That's all I'm getting at. That's all I'm getting from it, is that I've been on a platform for a long time, and like I said, but I was on TikTok. I won't lie, TikTok, I have, I got over 100K views. And with YouTube, I'm at just scaling over 68,000. When people get 68,000 in a couple hours, but it takes my channel 7 years, right? I'm singing some difficult songs, stuff that the most, like I said, a lot of artists, big artists, ain't even doing. They aren't doing it, but I did. But somehow I'm getting overlooked. And at the end of the day, yes, it's about money, about getting paid. But like I say, if you have a talent, you don't do it for free. Like the Joker said, if you're good at something, you don't do it for free. So I guess when people aren't good at stuff, they have to jump around on screen and say and do the most outrageous things just to get people's attention. Like yeah, and going back to like I said, Mr. Beast, like I said, and all them, like I said, if being inclined in that level, but like I said, a lot of people, a lot of us, well, I know my in my section, I tried, but people just didn't listen to me. I tried. I should have done it myself, but then, like I said, I was the one that was like, "Oh, we should start a singing group. Oh, should start the, anime stuff. I mean, anything." But like I said back then, but like I said, I remember back in the day, singing. I was getting called gay because I was singing. That's one of the honest things I'm gonna tell you. Back in the '90s, well, if you wasn't John B, whatever. I mean, I don't know. It was the singers like then, but if you was just a normal person who was singing, you got called gay for singing. I was called gay for singing. I was looked at like I was, like I was weird, which I realized I didn't need to fit in, and I'm glad I didn't fit in. But at the same time, like I said, and then all these people, like I said, and this is backwards. Like back in my day, or back in when I was growing up, the nerds, as they called them, they were, like I said, they were the ones that, they were smart, because they was doing something they was gonna be doing something. But now the nerds ain't even nerds. They look like nerds, but they're not. And it's like it is all backwards. It's all backwards. It's almost like someone's trying to manipulate things. Like back in the day, you didn't hear anything about short people or anyone short dating someone tall, like a tall woman dating a short man. That wasn't, for some reason people try to make that seem like that's like a weird thing, and it's not. But yet, like I said, and then nowadays, it's now women, like I said, they want the guy 6 foot. They're 5 foot, 6 foot. But do they even think about if that man is, if possible, if that man just decided to not be nice, that 6 foot great guy turns into a 6 foot monster who can control whatever. But they don't think about that. Because these times has been changed and everything's been changed. But I'm posting this on YouTube, and I'm just gonna say this is a rant because honestly, I mean, I don't want to start another channel just to be talking. But because like I said, my channel, like I said, I should at least have 1,000 subscribers, at least 7 years. And I did a lot of the subscribing myself. I actually was, when I was working my jobs, I wrote a little sign saying subscribe, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. And people, they did. They did or they didn't. But I got to meet a lot of people face to face who actually did subscribe. Then there's people who are all over the world who subscribed. Apparently the like I said, the reach is out there. But my whole thing is, if I have so many views, or able to put these numbers up, but if the followers, I would never beg anyone to follow me. I would never beg anyone to subscribe. It's like you either do it or you don't. And I remember when I first started on YouTube, there was a whole thing where people were getting depressed. Because if they didn't get more than 5 views or whatever, and now on TikTok it's if you get 100 views or 200 views or 300 views, that's seen as a bad thing. Like everything is always switching up, and it's always to someone else's benefit. So why not do it myself? But you know what? I'm more legit than that than to try to manipulate things when you actually have legit talent. So that's my rant about social media's algorithms and anything else I talked about, because I just had to get this out because apparently, like I said, TikTok only going to play a minute. They're only going to play a minute of it. You push the 10 minute, and it's only whatever line. If I'm talking about whatever else, if I'm talking about something stupid or something that is just not even it's just irrelevant, nothing. Oh yeah, they'll play the whole 10 minutes. But if you're talking about, if you call out, I called out Drake, I called out Post, I called out Russ. Yes, I feel like I'm a better singer than them. And there's a couple others, Jacquees. I feel like I'm a better singer than them. Or if I was given the same backing that they have, I would be doing just as I could be putting just as good numbers up. I had songwriters writing me songs, had producers, tailor made and stuff for me. And I'm not a big dancer, but I can hold it. I mean, I was in show choir. That means I can do choreography. But like I said, it's like they want you to blow up. But for some reason, then you got artists who, like I said, like the another artist that I like to say, any songs that I sang on my YouTube channel, any songs I sang, it's either out of respect for them, or I felt like I could do it better than them. And a lot of it came out of respect for a lot of the bigger artists, the Michael Jacksons, the Justin Timberlakes, Queen. Those artists and stuff, like, yes. But then I did a lot of other songs from these same artists that I'm talking about. I did songs from all of them. And I just felt like I just could sing it. I was just singing it better. And I'm sure a lot of people did feel the same way, because there's people from all over the world. I've been getting, on YouTube, seeing the comments from people from Russia, France. I mean, it's like, it was like, I was like, wow, it's really getting out there, and people were really seeing what I was doing. But it's just that the numbers aren't following. So, but yeah, this is my rant. And like I said, I'm posting this on YouTube. And if you feel the same way I feel about the algorithms and how they try to cheat people, and how society, how they would rather put someone else up knowing that they have no talent or very little talent, and they get all these numbers, which means money. That means people would rather put money in other people's pockets than your pockets, even if them pockets will eventually be given back. But they didn't want to think that way. They didn't think that way because they're too selfish thinking. Because once they blow up, once they get that money, once their people always get. But when I get on, yeah. But like I said, I'm hip to the game now. I'm hip to the game, and like I said, when I blow up, I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do it regardless. Whoever, like I said, I'm not the person to try to manipulate, because it's not working. It's not working. And the more and more I get into my confidence, and I'm getting into me, stepping into my energy, it's gonna be the less that people can try to pull over my my eyes. It's just like with that David character, and that's another person. I sang 2 of his songs, and it's disgusting what he's a part of. Because when singing covers like me, you do songs that are trying to express how you, maybe that song that you're singing, even though it's not a song that you wrote, but it's a song that you're singing, that you kind of felt on them levels. But I sang those songs, in the comments that people saying that I sound better than him, which thank y'all. And and then maybe if they were my song, maybe if I had someone write me songs, and he might have wrote that song himself. Oh, well, some people get lucky. I'm not going to sit there and say that I have songs that I wrote. I have songs that I made, But I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm some songwriter. It's something easy, like it's something that I can just put together. Cause that's not no, I can't do that. I can jump on a drum set and play. I can sing songs that I can songs that most would find difficult. I sing them, you know, and like I said, this is proving that I have the chops right along with everyone else. But for some reason, only certain people, unless they're backed by rich individuals, Drake, Russ. Yeah, I know about your parents, your dad who was friends, who was rubbing shoulders with the A&R execs, whatever. Like I said, now he's gonna say it don't matter how I get no, but like I said, you had resources that I didn't have, and I'm not blaming you for that. But don't sit there and lie and act like all this creativity is just coming from you, like you came from the mud and came up. No, stop it. And Jacquees, him trying to claim that he was this generation's MJ? What? Nah. So, yeah. Shots fired. I don't care. I'm a better singer. If anybody feels that they want to step up and challenge me, okay, let's do it. Let's go song for song, whatever song, cause I can sing. If a song I ain't written, but I can sing. And if you can really sing, let's get on the stage. Let's get on the stage and sing. No mic checks. Well, we need to make sure the microphones work, yes. But no auto-tune. None of that equalizer stuff. None of that. Just simply on the stage with a mic and a speaker that works. Then we'll see how good these singers really claim that they claim to be. That's my challenge for anyone who claims that they're a singer. Let's get on stage and sing. And for the real singers out there who know who they are, who I don't have to say by name because we just know who they are, and if they know who they are, then if they're secure and they know they actually can sing, this is not to y'all. This is just for those who had yes men all these years, just the yes men who was saying, "Oh, you can never do wrong. This never sounds bad," and then like saying they getting pushed by some rich person. So yeah, that's the end of this rant. This is gonna be a first. I don't want to say it's gonna be a last, but like I said, I thought I was making a switch from, like I said, from YouTube to TikTok, and I kind of did, and I kind of combined them both in a way, still, but this is, something I didn't think that I'd be doing on my YouTube, but I just got really, really pissed, and it, like I said, how these algorithms and how it's like everything I said. So, alright, that's the end of this rant. If you feel any type of way and agree or maybe disagree, leave a comment. Let's get a conversation started.